So in this video we're going to be creating a little application using Rofi that's going to help us open PDFs. So Rofi is a graphical fuzzy finder application that lets you select some entry from a list of entries using fuzzy find. So you can see it operating here. In this case they're using a list of applications and selecting with fuzzy find, or a list of windows, or a list of programs, or really anything. It's pretty extensible. So to start off with, you're going to make sure you actually have Rofi installed. If you have Rofi installed, when you run Rofi you should see this. If you don't see that, there should be installation instructions somewhere here for your favorite distro, but once you have that you can get started. So the normal way you interact with Rofi is by piping some text to Rofi over a standard input. So if I do something like this, I get this selection menu, but it's 2025, so we don't want to write a hacky shell script to do our work. We want to use an actual programming language like Python, so that's what we'll be doing. So first of all, you want to make a folder for this project, so I'll just say project/Rofi. Navigate to that folder, and you want to make a single Python file called pdf.py, and then we'll start off making the basic example to communicate with Rofi in Python. So say from subprocess import popen to open processes, and pipe to indicate we want to collect standard output and send standard inputs. And we're going to say def Rofi, and this function define the process and say that we want to collect or send standard input, and then just say process.write option 1 and process.standardin write option 2. And then if we test that, we get our basic application working. Then we just want to generalize it so that it works with lists. So we'll say Rofi's now going to take a list of entries, and instead of hard coding the entries, we're going to say for entry in entries. We're going to write that to standard input as UTF-8 byte string. After that, you just need to flush standard input to make sure that everything is written. You also need to make one more change to this to actually collect the output of the program. So we want to collect the final choice in Python. So we'll say output is process.standardoutput.read.decode from UTF-8 to just a Python string, and then return the output and print that out. And now we have our basic example working in a more generic way. Let's say this is part 1. So once the basic example is done, we can move on to the PDF aspect. So we'll say part 2. We'll just define a function called aggregate PDFs, which is going to return a list of PDFs. So for this step, you're going to need a folder that has PDFs in it. In my case, I'm just going to make a folder here and copy my lecture slide. sides to it. And we're going to say target path is equal to path. You may also have something like path dot home slash documents, but I'm just going to use this local corpus folder. You're going to want to import that path class, and yep. So once you have target paths, returning PDFs is pretty easy. Just return PDF for path in. So for each path, and then to get the actual PDFs, we can do a recursive glob in the path itself. And just return that. So if we return the output of that aggregate PDF function, we should see all the PDFs in the corpus folder. So the final step is integrating these two programs. So we'll say part 3, and we'll just say popen to open the process. We'll say xcg open, and we'll say Rofi aggregate PDF. And seems like something's wrong there. Yeah, we just forgot to strip the output. So this had an extra new line, which is why we weren't able to actually find the PDF. So if I open it now, I have my PDF right there, and using Rofi is pretty simple. Further entries, we can integrate stuff such as showing thumbnails and performing other operations on the PDF, but that's all for now.